Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. All right, as you can see, today we're talking about can you build someone else's plan and lay yours to the side. Sometimes you type it like, did I say that right? Hey, Mama Corey, great morning to you. My brother, Urban Country Dude, in the building. He said, I got a few minutes before work. The combo coming, yes, indeed. So we're continuing our conversation about dealing with collaboration and coming together. But this one is a big one. This is kind of a space that I'm having a conundrum in as well. Blessings, Lisa. Thank you for coming through. I was wondering. I said, where's Lisa? Where is Lisa? So, we get spoiled, Lisa. We get spoiled. I'm looking for Mama Corey. I'm looking for Lisa. I appreciate you guys. So make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Sharing is always caring. And tag somebody. Listen. Can I keep it real? Can I put my cards on the table? Can I tell you what I'm looking for? In this season, I have a goal. I am looking for. Sam, you get spoiled. I'm trying to at least get 10 more subscribers. That's it. I'm taking, I'm not asking for a lot. Actually, not even 10. I take it like 20. I am currently at, I think, 81. Someone just joined. Hey, what up, new subscriber? I know, getting to 100 is like nothing. There's people at 1 million. But I'm like slow going. So I need y'all assistance. I need your help. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Tag somebody. Listen, if you share the YouTube. Honestly, and Mama Corey, I definitely appreciate you. So what I'm gonna need you to do is start hitting the share on YouTube and start sharing that out to your people. This is the space I want people to be in. So I'll probably start doing just the YouTube because I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. I've been sitting at 80, 81 for quite some time. So I need your help. Help a brother out. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. I got my man Lil Flip, and got to keep it real. Have no idea who that is. I have no idea. There's always a song. That I may know. He may not be a one-hit wonder, but there's probably one, or he was on a compilation with somebody like oh, that Lil Flip. Yo, he's pretty dope. So if anybody watching right now in the replay, you know who Lil Flip is, let a brother know, educate me. So I know, don't take my black card. Listen, if I've never said it, I really stopped being hardcore hip hop like at around 2000, 2002. Like I kind of checked out right when 50 Cent was getting started is when I was checking out of hip hop. So that's how long ago I've kind of checked out. Like I know who they, some like Lil Wayne, I hear them like, oh, and I've heard their lyrics, like, okay, I can tell their voice. But overall, the whole hip hop landscape, it has grown so vast and so big. I have no clue. I am totally lost in the hip hop game. All right. So now that I've laid out my oldness, we're gonna go ahead kick this joker off. Again, I appreciate you guys for being with us. I think I sent the text out. Make sure everybody's in the building. I feel like everybody's not hanging out with us this morning. So we're going to go ahead. We have a great conversation, guys. Can you build someone else's plan and lay yours to the side? If someone's doing the same, can you lay aside your agenda for someone else? I was trying to get a guest on today, like a guest, a cousin. Well, he's still a brother. He used to be hanging out with us, but I don't know if he's coming through this morning. So we're going to see. All right. So let's go ahead, get started. It be what it be. It is what it is. Again, we're celebrating our 500th episode. And we're going to keep it pushing, keep it growing, keep it doing what we do. All right. Be right back.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
I know.
I'm gonna need an ad break. This episode is brought to you by. Well, it is on the podcast. Anyone that listen on the podcast, I know you just like, I just heard the ad. So there is an ad for Anchor. So it gives me like, listen, if you're trying to support, you're like, I'm not gonna give you money all the time. Go to the Anchor podcast. Just go hit play, let it play through, because they probably want it to play all the way through, or at least play past the ad. Let it play through, and you bless us with a couple of cents. Go to the podcast. You want to bless us with some money and not want to actually give us money? Go to the podcast. It just costs you a little bit of time. Just play it in the background. Tell, hey, hook these brothers up. Donate. Play the podcast, and we get a little bit of money. I keep looking at the account like maybe a jump. I get a couple of cents every podcast. Every cent matters, but I'm looking for the big increase, right? Let it flow, let it flow. And this is a way for you to give without actually having to give. So I know money gets tight, prices are up, out of control. Like food is out of control. All right, let's see. Who's saying something? Anchor. Yes, it's a podcast app. Anchor. It's free. All right. Awesome, man. You'll play it in the background, but you can just we're on Apple, Spotify, so whatever device you have, Google Play Store. If you got a Android, I'm sorry, I mean, it'll be all right. Or you have the Apple Podcast.
Just disrespect.
Make sure you just put Brothers to Legacy in any podcast app we've come up. We're like probably just about everywhere that's popular. All right. And just put the Brothers of Legacy and it'll come up. You'll see the symbol, the thing in the corner. You see that the logo. You'll see that. You see my face there. I'll put my face there just in case there's someone else come up with the same logo. Just so you'll know. All right. So today, and I appreciate you, my brother. Listen, Urban Country Dude, one more time. I need your name. I know you told me once. Forgive me. I just ain't seen you in a minute. And I promise you. And right here, I'm gonna remember. Oh,
and I'm gonna remember for you.
He said, "Leave me, Jordan."
Hey, I'm right there with you, Urban. I'm right there with you, buddy. I'm an Android user also.
It might remember your
they
comment.
Think this iPhone gonna dominate.
All right, Ali. All right, my brother.
Ali, got you, buddy.
Urban Country Dude. All right, man. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. And Android. Ali, Urban Country Dude, Android. Yeah, let's make sure we put it all together. Like a Tribe Called Quest. Ali, Urban Country, Android.
All right, so we're talking about can you build someone else's plan and lay yours to the side? So I'm gonna ask you, Kaneem, like, have you been in that spot, or is it a challenge to hey, what's up, Keita? Good morning. Like say you start something, just call me Fife for short. I hear you.
Yeah, I feel you.
Nice.
You know who Tribe Called Quest is.
Yes, indeed. And recipes Fife, shout out. Just real quick. What have you ever been in a situation where you're doing something that someone else is doing the like exact same thing? Have you ever been in a collaboration, even been in business, or have you tried, and how did it go? Like, you see, when you was doing the, you're still doing, but like the housing and things like that, trying to do the flips or rentals, have you found anybody like, oh, maybe we could come together, and work to make this thing bigger? Or have you?
Nah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I tried. I promoted. I've campaigned. I've solicited. I've done a lot to try to, you know what I'm saying? Bring people together for a common cause or a greater good, or you know what I'm saying. But some people just, you know what I'm saying, they not. Well, maybe my pitch just wasn't strong enough. But you know what I'm saying. But have I laid my own plans aside? That's the question, right? Have I laid my
Yeah,
own plans
their own
aside?
plan. I mean,
As
even
far as
what your
what's
experience
the
trying to bring
plans?
people together.
Besides my wife, I'm trying to
Oh,
think. No,
okay.
not necessarily, brother. I don't have any experience with that. I can't say I've laid my plans aside, business wise. I mean, as far as like life wise, just putting something I had planned on hold to go and assist or help or
Or
attend. I
even
have done that.
or even like because like with Brothers Legacy, right? Like I'm getting into this kind of like nonprofit help community space, and there are versions of what I'm trying to do. I see, like little pockets, like like that, something that's on my agenda I want to do, right? So I think in my head, would it be like if once I'm ready to get into a certain space, where they say reinvent the wheel or try to connect with somebody who already has that space going, you know, like partner up, we become one, like we're no longer Brothers of Legacy, we are super dads. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
we're super black men or whatever the organization, like I lay my stuff aside, like name and whatever, what do they call it? My intellectual properties to the side and combine with someone because they're doing the same thing. They may have more funding resources or like it just they're kind of doing the same. Like the only thing different, like I got the podcast, I got the video podcast that I'm doing, and this was something that will help them and it helped me. You know what I'm saying? Like would
Mhm.
I be willing? Because I think about this stuff for real. Like I really like I see organizations kind of doing the same, like combine together, do it separate, just work on a project, but ongoing. Like you look at and I always think about like United Way. I always think about the Red Cross. Like did they do it all themselves, or
No.
did they get with other organizations and kind of like, for lack of a better word, swallow them up, like swallow them into, their agenda because they're bigger. They're just like, hey, if you work with us, you no longer have to go off after little fish to try to get money. We got all your funding. You just do the work under the Red Cross banner, right? Like in essence, when that Kenny, you like, doesn't that sound better? Like, whoo, I don't have to worry about funding. Like I could just do the work or do the work I
Yeah.
want to do, and you got the funding, and I'm gonna just get, and honestly, they're probably like, and you'll get a raise because I can pay you more than you were paying yourself. Like possibly, and you still maintain control, but you'll be under the Red Cross banner. And he said, "Who can be at home today?" Oh yeah, he's home. So I think about that. I think about that a lot. And that's kind of when I want to have the conversation because I just, like I said, you think about so many there's a plethora. It's like I've been to different conferences and I see a plethora of different nonprofit organizations, and they kind of all merge at some point. There's like little specific pockets that they're into, but they kind of merge together. Now, the only one, I'm gonna keep it real, I heard one organization that's doing something no one else I've ever seen do, and they are teaching fathers how to like nurse babies in a sense, like how to deal with infants. I was like, okay. I was like, that's different. Like, this because for dad, I got all my cues from my wife. I was like, whatever she's doing, I'm gonna learn to do so I'm not like fumbling this thing. Like so I just watched her. So but this organization was just, just in case, I guess, if me and Sam was separated at baby time, infant time, and I can't really study and watch her like that. This organization is kind of like because I think it's designed for like single dads or dads that that are separated from their children to learn how to deal with or handle infants. And I was like, okay, that's different, But outside of that, for the most part, every organization has like the overarching theme, but everything kind of merges together. You know, like they're dealing with boys in a certain space. There's always a mentorship, part that comes in it that someone else is doing a mentorship part. You understand what I'm saying? So I always think about, can that and it's, to me, it seems better if there's one big organization as opposed to 150 small organizations, right?
Man,
Or that makes it more challenge, or you think agendas become more challenging because we form because I got to form a full agenda, a full program, and I want to do it all now that I figured it out. How do you think? How would you feel? Like you got an organization and someone's doing similar, you think you can kind of lay down some of your stuff to merge with somebody else?
yeah. What I have done, stuff that I wanted to do,
Right.
I have volunteered to help them in any way I could, just to be
right
in the room when they making moves or making decisions, or what I'm saying, like
so
just so I can get some knowledge. Yeah, just so I can get some knowledge of what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I got you.
So I mean, like, it's not gonna cost you nothing, and I'm gonna try to help you as much as I can.
Right.
Just allow me to be in your space for a few hours at a time. You know what I'm saying? Let me be your do boy. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like seriously, like, hey, I need you to do this. I need you. I can do that for a few hours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, because I'm learning. Whatever you telling me to do, I'm not doing it on my own. So okay, so I've been in that space. You know what I'm saying? So so I have volunteered to do stuff like that, especially when it comes to real estate, man. You know what I'm saying? I was working with this one cat, this wholesaler. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, "Hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I need you to go check on this property. I need you to go talk to this homeowner. I need you to go do." You know what I'm saying? Like, it gave me practice on speaking to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different when you're on the phone.
Right.
You kind of like go through a script, but when you sit in somebody's living room, you know what I'm saying, giving off your spiel, just, hey, you know what I'm saying, how much do you think the property? It's all about questions. You know what I'm saying? You don't never want to put nothing. You know what I'm saying? Well, what do you think your home is worth? If you had to make repairs, what would you repair with your home? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about your AC system? You know what I'm saying? You always asking questions, and then usually they'll just go ahead and volunteer a lot of information.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At some point, you'll be like, you don't really have to ask a lot of questions. But yeah, I mean, I volunteered on a whole lot of stuff, man. It's just depends on what I want to learn.
But it's more or less to learn to do my own.
Yes. It's to learn to do your own. But those.
Have you ever thought about like trying to be like, maybe I can be a partner in this? Have you ever thought about that? Or you just like, I just, in it.
Man, I've always, ever since when I was in the streets, I was still talking about partnerships. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. But and now, as a mature adult, a true grown man, I'm still talking about partnerships. You know what I'm saying? But certain individuals you can rock with, certain individuals you can't. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what industry you're talking about partnering in, or it could be volunteering in. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I got you. Good morning, Pastor.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday, BOL family.
Yes, how you doing this morning, good sir?
I'm good, man. Sitting in here, enjoying my Tuesday, and it's funny. We just, I don't want to get away from the subject because I like what you just said, Kaneem. We just moved our last child out of the house, and then my second oldest showed up last night with my 3 grandbabies. So my house was empty for like 2 days, and then it got full again.
See?
Now hold on. Is your second oldest gonna be there for a minute, or is this just a visit?
Oh no, she's just running through. They were actually on vacation in Destin.
So
she's on her way back home, stopping through, but she does have business to take care of down at Dobbins Air Force Base. So
Oh, okay.
Figured I'm gonna take the long way back.
Gotcha.
Stop through Daddy's house. Yeah.
Yeah, you get to see the grandbabies for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So Cooper's
So-
having fun.
Yep. Right. Right. Like, oh, all these people.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, can you build someone else's plan and lay yours to the side? What? So, Pastor, welcome to the conversation. When it comes to doing that, let me ask you, because you've been in ministry quite a while. quite,
Thank you for aging
Oh,
me.
no.
I appreciate it.
a long time.
That's a lot of long.
Right when Revelations was finished, Pastor
See,
jumped comes
see,
in.
He went back a minute.
They were finished. You joined in? All right. Have you seen church collaborations? Have you seen church like outside of joining? I guess it's about the same, but because people come into the fold of like Church of God in Christ. But have you seen in your lifetime? Have you seen churches collaborate, or have you seen a church kind of either shut down and combine with another church? Have you seen any of those situations? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen it.
And
I've
and what
seen-
was some of the reasons, if you remember?
it just made sense. Seriously,
you.
I mean, when you look
I
at
got
where
you.
you are and you look at someone else's vision, sometimes you feel like it's better when we do it together, right?
Okay.
I believe that everybody is operating off somebody else's plan, whether you want to claim that or not. Whatever plan you come up with is going to be based on what you've seen, what you've learned, what you've experienced. So you always on some of the Ecclesiastes chapter 1. What is Ecclesiastes? Is it Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and 9? Where's my what does Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and 9 say? Because it ends with there's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
What has been will be again.
Right.
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 Remember, they were wearing skinny jeans in the 50s.
Right.
Right. So I believe that we're always working off someone else's plan. The question
Right.
is, does anybody get the credit? And so when it comes to, if you want to listen, man, it's funny. The timing of the question is so interesting to me just because of where I am in my life. But the reality is,
I'm doing that to
if
launch
you
my business.
feel that the vision, here are questions you have to ask yourself.
What's up?
Good morning, E. Is your purpose, is the purpose by which you were called going to be fulfilled?
Right.
Right?
No, that's the question. That's the question. That I mean to cut you off, but
if it is, does
Yeah.
it matter?
No, does
Who's
it
in
matter? Right.
Does it matter?
Yes, I know.
Right. Someone
No.
has to. When the Lord blessed me to launch ministry,
Right.
my words to the family that were there day one was, someone has to be in the seat.
Right.
Right. And so I've accepted what I believe God has called me to do. And obviously you have accepted it, or else you wouldn't be here.
Right.
Someone has to be in that seat.
Right.
Right. And
Indeed.
so let's come together and focus on the vision, not on the individual. It's the vision that we should be. That's why you have to keep your eyes on Christ. The reason why we're so disheveled and so disjointed today is because far too many people have lost sight of our true purpose.
Right. True.
If you're building a business, someone has to kick off the strategy.
Right.
Somebody's got to open up the meeting.
Right.
Someone has to start the conversation.
Right.
And then other people interact with the conversation. So the goal should be, at the end of this conversation, we are better for the collaboration.
Right. Right.
Right. That's why the Bible says, don't be out here by yourself. He says, if any two of you come together.
Right.
If any two of you
That's good.
come together, right? I'm saying he's saying he doesn't want us isolated. He don't want you out here
Right.
just doing your thing. Do your thing, boo. Do your thing, boo. Do your thing, boo. I mean, yeah, you got to do your
Right.
Hey, don't make that face no more, man. Don't make that face no more.
Hey, but you felt it though, didn't you?
I did. That's why I say don't do it.
What's up? What's up, man?
I can't. I'm trying to catch my breath because I felt it too much.
All right. Ali, the urban country dude, has said, I feel it's easy to work on others' plans because all I have to do is a few tasks. I guess have from my own endeavors because I'm responsible for everything. Right. Indeed. That is a big one. Right. Instead of you having to do it all, you could just work with somebody else and get the same fulfillment and not have to do it all. You can kind of laser focus in one space that you want to do. Like, this is all I want to do. Like, I had to do the other stuff because it's an organization. I had to get part of this. I had to build that. So so what up, E? Good morning, sir.
What's going on, man?
And
Brother
so,
E.
so today we're talking about, can you build someone else's plan or lay yours to the side?
Y'all have that topic had me thinking about my own personal story, and it asks me really, how much do you do by yourself? I had a real tough time my last year and a half in Florida, and every time I turn around, I was pulling myself up doing whatever. But now that I'm here on the other side of it, I look back and I can tell you that Joe took me to work when my car broke down. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And some other nameless young ladies helped me out when I had a situation going. You feel me? Like, it was me. I was pushing. I was waking up. I was doing. I wasn't giving up. But like, truly, how much do we really do on our own? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, as everybody like got their own story. Yeah, it was you that did it. It was you that put up with stuff. It was you that caught a ride with people that don't even like you because you had to get to work. That was you. But we had some help along the way. So I think none of us do anything by ourselves necessarily.
Indeed.
But if you take it to another level, how much can you intentionally work with somebody else? Okay, I guess what I'm saying, Kaneem, he over there struggling. I'm helping the brother out because I know what it's like to struggle. I want to come through. So I'm playing a part in him getting built up. But that's because he in the tight. What about can I intentionally help build his dreams and visions? That's like a whole other side. You know what I'm saying? He don't need my help. If I don't come help him, buy 8 properties or, do this, he still eats. His family still taken care of. He don't need that. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes we ain't got no problem coming through with somebody in the hole. But, would you sign on just for my vision?
Right. And that's the part right there. Like,
would you sign on just for my vision?
Yeah.
Like my dream.
When it's good.
The stuff I don't like, when you help me build the thing I don't necessarily need. Like, I guess what I'm saying is, if I need a sandwich, all y'all would run over here. I have to stop y'all from who can bring me the hottest sandwich. But like, is anybody getting ready to do all that when it's not something I necessarily need? It's just a vision.
To build the sandwich shop. You're gonna help me build a sandwich shop.
I want to build that.
Well, so the question, but again, remember, the question to self is my purpose being fulfilled in this collaboration, right? If you want to start a sandwich shop and I have a desire to be in the sandwich business, however, I'm not in a position to start a shop,
right?
Why wouldn't I lend a hand to you, seed into that ground, right? So that I can learn and glean through the experience and maybe expand that sandwich shop.
Let me throw this in there though. Pastor, say you desire the sandwich shop, right? You may not be have the shop already, but you got all your licenses, you got a name, you got a logo, you got, you may even have like a board. I'm just saying, like, you got set up, whereas he's already like, he's ready for business. He's day one, he's ready to go, but you have a lot of the other components. Or would you be willing, and it's just you guys, everyone listening, would you be willing to kind of, for lack of a better way of putting it, kind of push that to the side in order to work with Ephraim in the shop, maybe manage it, run it, because I'm sure like most people that open up, fast food or spaces, they don't really want to run it all the time. It's like, man, if I could just hire somebody that I can trust, like I can go off and try to invest in other things. Would you be willing
to me, I don't see it's hard for me to see it that way, because what you're talking about is the benefit of the payout on a personal level. What's driving that your narrative right now is what can I get?
Right.
And when it comes to vision isn't about what I can get.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how I can impact. So I don't start a sandwich shop to get wealthy. I start a sandwich shop because I make good sandwiches and I want other people to enjoy them. But there's a cost associated with it. Passion is something that you're willing to do, whether you get paid or not.
No, and I agree. I wanted just to be clear that I saw two distinctions. I totally agree with what you're saying. All I'm saying is there's times where we need help. All right.
Yeah.
But it's different kind of help. And I'm just saying that the help that comes with I'm helping somebody who's struggling comes a lot easier for me, a lot faster, right? But I think there's a big when you're talking about impact, right? We're talking vision. When you're talking about doing something that can impact the world, I'm actually asking you to sign up for something that's going to cost you more. If y'all brought me a sandwich, y'all, it's not going to put y'all out. You know what I'm saying? Not to put y'all money out there, but y'all are good to go. Y'all can help me with a sandwich. That's why I can never repay you, right? Because I don't care if I give you 30 sandwiches. You gave me a sandwich in the time when I couldn't get one for myself. It don't matter.
Right.
That's why you can never pay your parents back. I can buy my house and pay them back, right? Because you did for me when I couldn't do for myself. So that is help. That is building somebody up. But that help comes a little easier. We give money to people on the side of the road that we don't know. But when you come, but there's a difference, and I'm just to make the distinction. There's a difference when it comes to Kaneem saying, "Listen, y'all, I want to take over all of South Atlanta. We're gonna sell more drugs than anybody in the history of drugs." That's going to cost us.
Why you associate drugs with Kaneem as your?
You're right. That was so racist. My apologies.
So I thought you were gonna say something else. At least open up some clubs.
But it's like if he asks that of us, that's going to cost us something.
Yeah,
it's going to cost us a little bit more. But he wants to make this huge impact. So there's two different ones, and I think when it comes to helping an individual, when I'm helping just you. Y'all giving me just a sandwich, and I thank you for it. I'm not saying that isn't, but it's a little easier, right? Because it didn't cost you nothing. I think when we're all, because we all are a part and can play a part in somebody else's vision. When you're faced with that fact that this person's vision, the impact that we're going to have, because they're really upfront with the vision, it's going to cost me something. It's going to cost me time. It's going to cost me money. Depending on what it is, it can cost you your life. You get what I'm saying? But sometimes it's just going to cost a little bit more than just a sandwich. And I think that's where people kind of fall off because it's a big commitment. It's huge.
But again, that's because you haven't bought into vision, right?
But isn't that what made them turn it down?
There's a difference between bringing you a hot sandwich, right, and helping you feed the hungry.
Right.
But they see the vision. Y'all, we have made it plain.
No, if I bring you a hot sandwich, that's transactional. I'm doing that out of the kindness of my heart because you're my brother, and I believe that I've been called to do that. The strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak, according to the scripture. When I'm weak, then am I made strong, right? And with that, to me, that's more transactional. But that transaction is based on what you carry in your heart as a giving individual, how you feel about your brother or your sister, right?
Yeah.
But if you said, come over here and I want to launch something, I want to help feed a bunch of people regularly. Right. Now you're not talking about a sandwich. Now you're talking about a lifestyle.
But I'm saying at that point, when people see that, sometimes people see the vision and they bow out. And that's what I'm saying. It's not always that somebody's not making it plain. I'm just saying that when it comes to costing you, I think that's what makes people bow out.
Yes.
I don't want to go to jail. I can't even explain that to my old lady. I don't know if I get bonded out. So I can't go sell drugs with Kaneem.
Or I don't want to spend my day slapping mayonnaise on a piece of bread.
Right.
and I don't care what the vision is. What I'm saying, but again, that's still the question. am I fulfilled in
Right.
this?
Right.
You know, not everybody's vision I can jump into,
Right.
right? But I have to count up the cost, right? Because my time is valuable. So I have to believe in what I'm doing in order to be effective at doing it. You know what it's like to see somebody half stepping, or we say not carrying your weight.
Yeah.
Or well, maybe you're not really with us.
Right.
You know, there's an old adage, you know, you don't end with the people you started with in a lot of cases, because people bow out because they count up the cost and feel like, you know, at this point in my life, this is not where I'm trying to be. And I'm cool with that. I believe that the question is, can you build someone else? Can you build someone else's plan while laying yours to the side? I believe, this is my belief, that if it's going to cost you time with yours, you have to have long-term vision to connect what you're doing, because we're dealing with seed and harvest, right? What is the long-term benefit for me putting my stuff on hold, right? The Bible says there is no greater love than this, than a man would lay down his life for a friend. And what is that? That's talking about your agenda. That doesn't mean I'm ready to jump in front of you and take a bullet, even if you're willing to do that. But that's not really what it's translated to. What it's saying is, let me lay aside my agenda to lift up someone else's agenda. Because in the end, I'm still going to benefit from this. I'm going to reap a harvest. And so the answer to the question, which I believe we all agree, is yeah, you can, because you do it every day. You know, you work for somebody young with a plan to launch your own business. There's an old saying, let your 5 to 9 come after your 9 to 5 until your 5 to 9 becomes your 9 to 5.
Right. I got you.
Right. So I believe that there's a benefit to me helping you achieve your goal, especially if you further along than I am.
Right.
And you're being effective, and I can see the quality of the purpose of what you're doing, and I benefit from that. Absolutely, I'm going to help you.
And AD, maybe that's where the conversation goes. All right. So if you agree that you can, then now how do you position yourself too? You know what I'm saying? How does one prepare to help somebody else's vision? You know, do you have your own money? Because I might need some of it. You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to buy that sandwich on grand opening? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to, you know, is your life straight? Because how you helping me build mine, and yours, you know, it's up and down. I can't count on you because you know you got this situation going on. So because there are some people who are willing to help, but they're not in position. But, you know what I'm saying? You don't have no car. You can't feed them people at 4 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Unless the bus running. So you got to get yourself in position to be able to help. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna cost you, man. It's gonna cost you. So,
I mean, I get what you're saying. You know, a lot of this space of the conversation is just more or less being able to, you know, lay aside to like, I want to start a sandwich shop, and you started it. I was lining things up to make it happen, and you got yours started, you know. But like Kaneem said, you know, just being a part so I can learn and learn how the business runs and be able to see the ups and downs without feeling the ups and downs. Like, ooh, did the freezer just go out? Oh, I'm so sorry, my brother. You know, like, you know, and just I help clean it up, thinking like, whew, how much this? 20,000? Jeez, you know, and see it from a distance. I'm like, okay, let me keep that in mind. I gotta have that much bank. What insurance you using? They came through. Like, what's their name? You know, like, let me make sure I get that insurance so I'm covered. You know, and just the things like that, and like, who built your sign? And I understand what Pastor was saying. Like, you know, if it's still furthering the work, the passion that you have, but you're learning, you're growing, and then there's gonna be a point of launching. I watch and I talk about him quite a bit, but I watch ET, and he has like 4 other guys, actually 5 other guys that like a stable.
Eric Thomas.
And his Eric Thomas.
Eric Thomas.
Sorry. Eric Thomas.
Not everybody know who ET is.
Right. Eric
I thought you were talking about me for a second. Like,
yeah.
like we talked last night. What I said. Yeah.
The motivational speaker, and he has like 4 or 5 other guys, and they're part of his crew, and they speak. But now each one of them has like a separate kind of company. Like they have separate offerings. One is offering real estate, the other's doing like social media, the other's doing like marketing. But he set up the platform, like they pushed him up, so he got so much notoriety. Now all they gotta do is step on stage. He gives them the pound, like, hey, you can trust this guy, you know, and it just validates, and they're able to grow their thing. And
Bro,
I think that right there is kind of where I'm trying to get everybody, you know, in that space where, you know, push everybody up. Like, you know, once we got all these people like, hey, Kaneem, tell everybody, tell the 1,000 folks what you got going on.
Right,
you know, you know, hey, Ephraim, tell 100,000 folks what you got going on. You know, that kind of space, you know, creating one platform to build it up. I think, and it gets difficult. It's like, but I got my thing. Should I shut down a little while to rock with this dude? Or is it really gonna go anywhere? You know, and I understand it because it's just like, is it gonna happen? I was like, I'm learning, you know, and like, and going back to Kaneem, you see the pitfalls. It's like, whew, okay, I see that's a headache. Like, I didn't think about that.
Stuff.
Yeah,
it's every day,
and you learn it. Let me
You
get
are
some of these
learning.
comments. Let me get these comments real quick because I don't want to skip over. Let's see. It says easy to work. Yes, easy to work. I've said that one. Let's see. I feel it's easy to work as I was playing because all I have to do is work. Let's see. I did that one already. Let's skip that. Skip that. There we go. Here we go. E. Absolutely have to buy into a vision before you're effective. You can buy into a vision you don't agree with. Ooh, he said. Ali said, I worked for 3 general contractors before I started the business 6 months ago. Indeed. Congratulations on that. I learned way more than I knew by working for someone else. I guess it became an investment. That's good.
Yes,
That's
for
good.
sure.
And I guess your comment when he was talking about, isn't that what we do all the time in ministry? And she says, push somebody else's vision and dream. Indeed. He says, so E, you're saying there's a catalyst that occurs. I guess when in the position of helping somebody into their business. So with that being said, you know, like I think it's possible, and Pastor, you made the point of, you know, if it lines up with your purpose, you know, and they're already kind of in the space and they may be further ahead, you know, just partnering up or joining them for a season, you know, help them because every organization needs hands. Like there's no organization that don't need some hands. Like, man, you coming in with some volunteer hands? Oh yeah, come on in, and just watch.
But even with that, we need to be a wise steward of our people and our resources. If I bring all y'all in, I need to be clear on what I expect from you and what I need from you.
Right, that's good.
A lot of times we just, man, I need help, man. You see a box, just open it. Like, okay, I get what you're saying. And there's situations like that happens. But respect what I'm sacrificing.
Right.
Don't have me coming in this to just make you look good. I'm not here to elevate you. And if I feel that that's what I'm doing, then it's going to get hazy for me. Now, if I'm here, your vision, your purpose, if you keeping that before us, if that's clear, but if this turned into the, you know, I thought we was gonna sell all these drugs, not Kaneem riding around in the Rolls Royce, you know, I didn't sign up
back
for
to
that.
the drugs.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. That's all I got. So
go ahead, Pastor. Go ahead.
You know, you got to have a clear expectation on your people because you know,
Right.
they sacrificing time and their family and money. So let it be clear.
There are people that have been connected to Beyonce her entire career, and they will never be on stage.
Okay, agreed.
They have committed their life
Right.
to making sure Beyonce is ready, is effective, and impactful when she gets on stage.
Agreed.
There's somebody saying, I'm going to make sure that her hair is right. My life, this season of my life is committed to making sure she looks good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they sold out for that.
Yeah.
There's a driver that says, as long as she's in the car I'm driving, she is not going to be late.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they will never hit the stage. You never know them.
Right.
Right. And the benefit is the pride in knowing that I contributed to the success of this individual.
Right.
Yeah.
My life's purpose is to make sure this individual is that. What is an armor bearer?
Yeah. But I don't
An
know.
armor bearer's commitment is to take weight off the leader so that the leader will be effective.
Right.
Protect the leader, cover the leader.
Saying something different though.
No, it ain't. No, it's
No,
not. What
no,
you
no, no, what-
because what I'm saying to you is you somebody said you either buy into the vision or you don't. I said earlier it has to meet and be consistent with my purpose.
Yeah, but that,
Not
but that's what I'm
everybody's
saying.
purpose is to be in the
Yeah.
captain's seat.
No. What I'm saying is, but okay, even in your example, all those things have been made clear. I'm saying there is a responsibility on the visionaire, the leader, the whoever, to make sure that the driver knows what I need from you is driving. Please don't come on stage. Please don't. And then that driver will then be comfortable in the role that he's doing. Because he's
Absolutely.
driving that car, then he got to go home and get his own car, then go to his spot. But he can now say, baby, don't worry about me coming home late tonight because I'm driving Beyonce. So he's committed to the vision, but that Beyonce made it clear what he needs to do. So his
Right.
sacrifice makes sense. The hair person makes sense. The makeup team makes sense.
Makes
so
sense.
they'll never touch the stage because that's not what Beyonce needs from him. But I feel some people have jumped on the stage because the leader ain't made it clear. This is what I need from you, baby. You the driver. So I'm saying I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what
There's
Death
a
Row said about
responsibility.
Diddy.
Yeah, he all in the videos. Like I thought he was on the mixer board, man.
Take that,
So
take that,
so
take
they didn't
that.
make it clear. So once you make it, I'm just saying that there have been times. Do you agree that leaders have?
You're
mismatched resources.
you're introducing this caveat. You're saying that while we're doing it, please as leaders make sure you're sending a
Right.
clear message. Make
The
sure you
message.
have clarity. Absolutely, I think that is absolutely critical so that people
Right.
know where they can find themselves and ask
in
the
your
account of
vision.
the cost and see, is this valuable to me? Right.
Right.
I love Joshua and Moses, right? You didn't hear there's nowhere in the scripture where it talks about Joshua saying, I'm gonna be Moses one day.
Mm.
Right.
Or this,
Right.
I'm gonna lead this people one day. All you
Right.
saw is the support that Moses had.
Right.
And the first time Joshua's name is mentioned, he's being dispatched by the very person he has seeded and sacrificed
Yeah.
to help carry
Right.
vision through. And now all of a sudden you become the visionary leader. But you're carrying a vision that was laid out before you got there,
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
right?
Yeah.
Now, not everybody makes it clear, and I understand your point. We fall off because leaders don't make it clear. You want me to help you with your business? Well, I don't even know where your business is going. I've had people ask me
Right.
in the church, well, Pastor, what is the vision for or the strategy for this season? Because I say,
Right.
someone asked me, well, we're not sure of the vision. Well, I cast vision. That means you weren't paying attention when vision was cast,
Right.
or you've lost sight of the vision. You need a reminder. There's a difference between vision, strategy, and tactic, right? The vision hasn't changed.
That's good.
The strategy can change.
Yeah.
Our
Tactics.
tactical approach can change.
Yeah.
And those are the areas where you have to have the clarity that you're talking about, E. And I definitely agree with you there. If you cast vision, but I come in with a strategy to take your vision and do my own thing with it under your umbrella, now I'm
Right.
deceiving,
Right.
right? But if I believe, and that's why for me, there's a street mentality and then there's a kingdom mentality,
Right.
right? But the rules are the same. You get too full of yourself in the street,
Yeah.
Right. Right.
you get too full of yourself in the church,
Yep.
Right.
right? I'm saying, like, there's gonna be a consequence whether the Bible says that God reigns on the just and the unjust. The Bible says, beholding the evil and the good, right? And so what I'm saying is, from a fundamental perspective, it always comes back to biblical principles for me. Mm-hmm. So when I talk about purpose at this stage of my life, I'm talking about God-given purpose. Right. When I'm talking about vision, I'm talking about the vision God has given. Right. I'm not talking about Brian. Brian ain't trying to be famous, but there are other people who want to be famous.
Yeah.
Right. And if their fame is not fulfilling in terms of your purpose, what's driving your purpose, then you'll never be all the way in.
Right.
And I wouldn't expect you to, but that doesn't mean you can't take out the garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Right.
I think in that Beyonce example, and like I do what you're saying, everyone kind of like playing their role in their part. But when it comes to like, especially that level, you know, having the badge of saying I work on Beyonce's makeup, I can do the same for you. You know, like I can make you look just as pretty. You know, that's a business in itself. I'm the one that's driving Beyonce. Like Beyonce and Jay-Z trust me. You know, you should be able to trust me to drive you around. Like start a fleet of
that's a benefit,
right? And
that's a benefit.
Things like that.
I'm gonna work on her.
Didn't something like that happen with Michael Jordan? A guy gave him a ride when he was just starting out or something, and he helped start a fleet for this gentleman or gave money back to him or something like that. Anybody, y'all making the face? I swear I heard this story. I've heard the
story. He was a driver, and he became Michael Jordan's personal driver in Chicago because he always had all these folks, but he ended up opening up his own limousine service for other stars from when they came around the league.
Because he got his name before his name was known. Before he was known, you know, he helped him out in one of the moments.
That's good.
So yeah, definitely. I think there's a space, and I think if we all definitely play our role, you know, in building,
play your part,
you know, someone else's space, then you can start your own. So that does work, you know, for certain spaces. The main thing is when the visions kind of match. It's like, you know, Pastor McCoy, he can preach a little more. He said, Ali says, not every worker needs to understand the vision. Just sweep the floor.
I disagree. There is the dignity of simplicity, right? So that's what the signal say. But I don't know if I was supposed to reveal that. Wait a minute. Well, yeah, that's all right. So you keep it simple. I understand that. Sometimes you need to know what I ask of you, not necessarily, you know. Now tell me the behind the scenes. No, it's not. No, that's playing your part. But I do believe that janitor needs to understand his role in the vision, and not to be counted it like it's you're this meaningless task. No, I'm sweeping for this stage. I'm sweeping. Boy, y'all got to see what Corey gonna bring. He about to do something. I'm sweeping this today, but it's gonna take 10 of us in 3 years because he said we gonna do. Yeah, he need to know what's going on. There is a part he plays. All right. When I was a child, I would sit in school. I'm supposed to listen to my mama, go to school, stay out of trouble, get good grades. That was the part I played. I didn't need to know the credit card number, but that didn't mean that I wasn't a part of what's going on. So I understand what you're saying with the simplicity of it. Do your part. Now, when you the driver for Beyonce, drive. But understand this is Beyonce. We making the next Diana Ross. You know what I'm saying?
Now I get the angle you coming from. It's more on an intimate level that sweeper need to know what the vision is.
Yeah.
But if you get on a true national level, like when you bring up Beyonce, the dude that's sweeping the floor ain't gonna know Beyonce vision. He just gonna know that she's a superstar, whatever. But in the intimate context of what you talking about, if I'm sweeping the floor and you got something going on, I done bought into your vision because I'm over here helping you. You ain't really got to pay nobody to sweep the floor because I done bought into what you're doing. Let me sweep the floor because we got a plan. We got a path. I can see the horizon on where
Right.
you going. You know what I'm saying? So
If
I don't mind, but that's on an intimate level though.
But
You
if
feel
you
what I'm
bought,
saying? Like,
if
it's
you
something
bought
you
up to
just
the,
said, Kaneem. Listen, I want to repeat. I'm not going to repeat what you said, but I'm going to reiterate what you just said, because you talked about the intimate level, and you talked about the comparison of an intimate level working directly with E, who would be the visionary,
Yeah.
versus on a global level, not a national, global level with
That's how it's
Beyonce,
gonna go.
where you don't have that. You are 6 degrees removed.
Right,
And
right.
when on a Beyonce level, you're not even working for Beyonce. That's what you tell everybody,
Right.
but you're working for a
Mhm.
contractor, right? Who's got the contract, or you working for the facility, right? And you've been hired. What does they say? You had one job. You've been hired to do a job, and so I got to come in here and sweep. Period. Regardless of the vision, because I'm not even close enough to, even to your point, understand what the vision really is. All I know is I was hired to do a job.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Now, here's my point. Now, I want to go back to this, E, because I understand what you're saying. But did anybody see the movie Karate Kid?
Yes.
Mr. Miyagi?
Yes.
Left the circle, right the circle,
Yeah.
paint the fence.
Wax
Right?
on, wax off. Gotcha.
Yeah. That boy didn't understand why he had to paint the fence. He didn't understand wax on, wax off, because he didn't understand Mr. Miyagi's vision. And he
Right.
got to the point where he was like, why I got to keep doing this? And Mr. Miyagi
I
said,
disagree with that.
But
That's how y'all saw that movie. I didn't see that movie that way.
but here's my
to what
point.
you just said though, he didn't know why he was doing it,
Right.
but
Yeah,
he believed.
but there was a reason.
He believed.
Mr. Miyagi.
Yes, sir.
yeah, he did.
But
Yes,
He
sir.
did.
Time out.
He did.
Time out.
Yes,
He
sir.
did.
That's it right there,
Right,
bro.
you're right, Kaneem.
Listen, let me say this to you. Because remember, what he believed is that Mr. Miyagi could beat somebody up.
Right.
Okay. And as much as he believed that, he still complained about painting the fence.
Because
He lost
wasn't being
sight
trained. He just felt like he
of
wasn't
the
being
vision.
trained.
And to
Oh,
your point,
appreciate you,
Mr.
Ali,
Miyagi
man.
had to
Thanks for coming
bring
through.
clarity
Yeah.
to him, right?
And
He had to remind him why you came to me.
right.
You came to me because you wanted to be able to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Really, not that you just wanted to be able to beat somebody up. It wasn't even about defending himself.
But
Right?
the thing is, okay, so we kind of got away a little bit because the dude sweeping the floor, right? They come from two spaces, right? He made it may be Kaneem, like, you know what? I'm trying to get in this arena because I'm trying to get to this particular space because this is what I want to do. So is sweeping the floor the only way I can get in this arena outside the concert, be able to talk to stage handlers and stage,
I'm gonna sweep the floor from 9 to 5, but I'm gonna sing from 5 to 9.
Well, no, I'm just saying, yeah, just to get closer to whatever it is I'm trying to do in this arena. That's one way of thought. The other way is just, I just need a job. Kaneem said there's an arena floor sweeper that's open for $20 an hour. I need the $20 an hour. During the vision, I don't need the vision. I just need this $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about today,
but needing that $20 an hour,
yeah, but
is because of fulfillment of a vision. It may not be Beyonce's vision.
Yeah,
it may not be the facility's vision, but my vision.
Can
the
you
space
build
I'm coming from is more or less
and lay yours to the side?
Right. Can you lay yours to
I'm
the side?
sweeping.
Right.
Because I'm laying mine to the side to help you build yours.
Right.
You know
now,
what I'm saying? Like,
to me, that's a little easier. Only because, like, Kaneem, like, you want to own a stage or something. That's because you can see it. That's $1 million, facility spot that you like, oh, that's way above my reaching. But someone like us or E, just right there, or just I'm right there. Like, you could just a little alley-oop, a tap. Like, it's just you just a couple of pieces of information away from being where I'm at. Would you be willing to lay aside what you got to join me in this one step up? Like, let me see what he got going on over here. I can help him out. I can learn something and hang with him for a couple of years and then branch out, And if I know what you're doing, even show you, because that could be tomorrow's conversation, competition over collaboration. I can show you, like, this is, if you come in to help, boom, I'm gonna show you how this thing works. If you committing to help me, when I blow up, boom.
I was committed to helping Obama. You know what I'm saying? I was committed. I laid down a whole lot of stuff to the side to make sure I had my little change I mean I was doing all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm
Why?
saying? Like
And did you get a cabinet
Why
position?
did you do it?
because I believe
Right.
in him. I believe
Right.
in where he was going to take the country. And
Wait, well,
just
okay,
'cause
wait.
he was
Let
black,
me ask.
that's
Okay, say what you
over
just
the
said.
top.
Wait, you said I believe in him,
Right.
and you said I believe in where he was going to take what?
The country.
The country.
Okay, so there were two things you believed in. You believed in the individual, and you bought into the vision. Why did you buy into the vision? Because you
What
felt
you
that
mean?
vision was going, because you felt that vision was going to accomplish what?
What it set out to do.
Why did you buy into the vision? You said I believed in Obama and I believed in what he was trying to do. You believe in it because you felt that whatever he was trying to do was going to improve what?
What you want me to say again? The country?
The country. Okay, so if the country improves, what benefit is there for you?
I'm in the country. I'm a
Thank
citizen.
you. What I'm going back to so here, it's the same thing. That's what I'm trying to say. You had to buy into the vision, but even buying into the vision, you saw how that vision was consistent with the purpose that you were trying to carry out for your life. And buying into that is going to enable me to more effectively do what I believe my purpose is, what's driving my purpose, right? So you're willing, and here's the thing. Do you consider that laying your agenda to the side? Because I don't see it that way. I see that that's your agenda is wrapped all up in that. You're seeding into your future because you believe that him being successful in what he's doing is going to be a benefit to you in what you're trying to do.
That's what you're saying is right, but let me exchange the word because I think you would agree if a word was exchanged. So more than laying down your purpose, you're laying down because it does cost you something. Would you agree? Not?
Yeah.
So maybe it's not laying down your purpose because I think what you're saying is it's tied together, right? But you laying down your time. If I'm helping AD shine, my podcast ain't happening today because I've decided to lay it down and let AD get his.
Semantics.
So
now it's a play on the words.
No. I'm saying the word is important.
Before you go further than that, you're mislabeling because you're saying you're laying down something.
Okay,
what I'm saying is
I can agree with the word change.
Right.
But
here's the thing. When you say you're laying it
something.
down, you're saying I'm going to put my stuff on pause.
Right.
Is that not it?
And what I'm saying, no, because there's a difference between putting my agenda on pause and laying seed. I'm not putting my stuff on pause because if I'm seeding into you and I see the long-term benefit for me, I'm seeding into me. So ain't nothing I'm doing on hold.
I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to say because I'm not trying to say as if there's a waste of time, but there is. I'm not saying like
a pause. There is a pause.
There's a pause. It's costing me something.
Hold on. Let me say it this way, because just like so say let's say Sam was starting another podcast, right? People coming together talking about or Sam is a bad example. Wesley, he musician at our church. He's starting a podcast like exactly at 9:00, talking about men's issues. But he has 10,000 people come in his live. He's like, yo, man, help me come build this thing up more. And so I can learn from him. So I can't be here. Right. I got to be there.
And yes, he is getting a benefit over there.
Yeah. And I'm
yes,
getting
he's going
exposure.
to make a better AD one day.
Right.
But he is putting his on pause as he builds somebody else's. It's costing him something. Now it's something he's willing to sacrifice. It's something he's made a commitment to sacrifice. 100%. It's not like it's like, Brian done messed my life up. Now no, it's not that. They're not doing it grudgingly because if you're gonna do it that way, don't come. But it is costing him, quote unquote, his time. If he's putting it on pause, he's not pursuing his thing right now. You know what I'm saying? So Jerry Jones' son, he gonna take the team in another direction, right? But he's putting that on pause because he wants to do it the way his dad's doing it right now. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to be as hands-on as Jerry Jones is.
Let me ask you something. If you're listening to your favorite song on the radio, what's your favorite song? Just name one.
I don't know. One Mic.
One mic.
Okay.
Okay. That song is playing. All right. That song is playing. Okay. Your wife says, honey, I need you to help me make the bed. You want to hear your song.
Yeah.
But in order to help your wife, for whatever reason, you can't help your wife and listen to your song at the same time. So you hit pause on your song to go help your wife. You count up the calls. You be like, it's worth me putting this on pause to go help her right now because it's going to benefit me later when it comes to dinner time.
All right. I like it. I'm with it. All right.
Putting your song on pause means the music has stopped.
Okay.
All right. If you're in a place that I'm trying to get to, and I'm not where you are yet, so I'm seeding, I'm going to help you. My agenda doesn't stop. I'm still moving forward. Pause means I stopped temporarily.
Okay. So what word would you suggest? I see what you're saying, but I feel like you see what we're saying too. So what word would you use?
Yes, we know.
Again, that's why I'm saying it's critical for us to understand perspective, for us to understand the difference between short-term and long-term strategy, the difference between vision and strategy and tactic. Because the truth is, if Kaneem is selling cars and I don't have a single car, a car lot, nothing, but I want to sell cars, right? Am I right? I got to learn more about the car business. So I'm gonna go work for Kaneem.
Okay.
Right.
I haven't put my agenda on hold. I'm in my agenda.
Right.
It ain't paused.
I wish I had a better word. I think you agree with what we're saying, but it's a word that's messing it up. Because you're not saying it.
No, it's important for you to understand it. The reason we're having this debate here right now is the mistake that people make is thinking you putting your stuff on hold instead of realizing, oh no, I'm not on hold. I'm in it. I'm moving forward. Right. Everything is forward progression. The reason people get frustrated is because they start running out of time. I've been waiting too long. I want to be where I've been helping you too long. And you lose sight of the goal. And because we word it like that, words are critical, especially when it comes to progression.
I agree.
Right? So I don't want to feel like I'm holding myself up by helping you. I want to believe I'm helping myself by helping you.
Okay, so help me with this. Let's say I agree with what you're saying. How would you word it? Because yours sound like you're telling the person that it's not going to cost you anything to come work with me. Do you agree that it's going to cost me?
That's the difference between what you call the janitor sweeping the floor versus someone who wants to be on stage. Right. Who's humble enough to push somebody else's agenda until they get there. I'm not going to look at sweeping the floor like I put my career on hold.
No, the way I look at it, man, you invest in your time. Your time is invested.
You invest.
I'm not saying that you're not gaining knowledge from it, but you're paying for that knowledge with your time. So the way that I'm looking at it is that, hey, I'm investing my time into learning. I'm paying you with my time to help you, but I'm also gaining the knowledge that's going to benefit me when I put it into action.
Yeah,
and that's why I say
I'm still spending. It's costing
you.
That's why I'm not paying you with my time. That's why I'm seeding my time. You understand?
What you see?
Listen.
Spending. You still giving up.
It's the word. It's the words. We missing up on the words. I think
you know what happens with us? What the reason we struggle so much is because of our wording.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why we struggle. So if you can begin seeing it differently, your motivation and your perception of why you're doing what you're doing begins to change. If I don't see it as putting my stuff on hold, if I see it as seeding, and to your point, Kaneem, investing, my attitude about doing it is going to be better.
Yeah,
you're going to. No question.
That's what I was getting at.
It's always an investment,
and that's what I was getting at earlier with the key.
Like he said, it's a wordplay thing. When you say
and words, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words would never hurt me is the greatest lie from the pit. Words hurt. That's
Right.
why words are critical. How you
Indeed.
manage your vocabulary means everything.
That's what,
Out of the mouth flow the issues of the heart. If I say my stuff on hold, I believe I'm not making progress.
Well, I mean, it just depends. It's your mental mind. It's
That's
your
why it's
mindset of
important.
what you're doing. So I'm saying, if
Right.
you're seeding, if you're seeding something, you still have to nurture it to grow.
Mhm.
Yes.
100%.
You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
if I've invested in something, I'm still have to nurture it. I
Right.
still have to retain it. I have to
Yeah.
see how I can position it. I
Right.
have to know where to perform. I need to. I mean, it's just depending on how you relating it to different
Right.
situations.
Right.
You know what
It's
happens?
not- it's not
Your
what you
your
said.
homie messes you up. Yo, man, I thought you was trying to sing. What you doing over here sweeping the floor?
Right.
Right. But
right.
if your
That's true.
mindset is I'm on hold,
100%.
and your homie
Yeah.
says that to you, what does that do with your mindset about being on hold?
I'm out.
Man, I got to get up out of here, man. I can't. No, I can't. Right.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
why it matters.
But that's what I was getting at earlier.
There's so many ways you could play that, though. You know what I'm saying? You want to sing, but you're sweeping the flow. Well, I'm sweeping the flow so I can get some studio time. It's
Right.
it's so many ways that you could.
That's
you
why
know
I
what
was
I'm
getting
saying?
at
Like,
earlier with the vision. If you have the vision,
Right.
don't underestimate the importance of the vision. That's why I say it ain't just sweep. Don't worry about the vision. Okay, imagine a dude sweeping the Apollo Theater, the history of that place. That man probably
Right.
feel honored. Now, does he getting a check? Don't get me wrong, but who's sweeping the White House? Yeah, a place that plays a part of history. So I'm saying once they understand the vision, it can help whatever your job is. People just see sweeping as a small task, but if you understand what's going on, it helps. But I can't sign on to anything that does, and maybe cost is a wrong word. I'm open to that. We can figure that out. But as far as supporting somebody else, it's going to take or require something from you. Something that every sandwich that y'all give me to eat, y'all could have ate those sandwiches.
Right.
So it might not have hurt you, but it to help me, it required something of y'all. So y'all took one more sandwich out y'all family mouth. Not that they ain't gonna get some that night. Not that you because I believe you got to be in a position to help people. Poor people can't help poor people. But I believe that it's going, and whatever word we want to insert, it's going to cost you something that you could have used most likely. So I'm not saying that it's a waste of time, but if I want to start a church, but I'm helping Pastor McCory build his, I don't believe I can effectively do both at the same time. So I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. Pause. I don't know what you want to call it. Put it on hold. I don't know if you want to call planning it down the road. But I believe that in order to help Pastor McCory, my mind can't, because I don't care if he got 57 and I got 5. Church folk, them 5 gonna take up my time, and they're gonna take something from me that I could be giving to McCory to help his work get to where it needs to be. So that's all I'm saying. Whatever word you want to put in, it's going to cost you.
You got a confident giving. You know what I'm saying?
I believe in what we're doing. Yeah.
You comfortable in what you're giving. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wasn't comfortable, you wouldn't be doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just depending on the outlook.
We're gonna start wrapping this up because I know we're about to go into overdrive. So Jeff says, "Yep,
ain't nothing wrong with overdrive."
Been training. Now I had to change direction to do this, but I was investigating investing in them. Investing, in results, investing in me, indeed.
That's what's up.
But it's always a cost, E. I mean, I agree with you. It's going to cost you something. I'm saying that the reason why wording is important is because if I give you a sandwich, I can't believe that I'm taking a sandwich away from my family. I believe that there is a harvest. I believe I'm adding to my family by sacrificing like that. That's because I'm gonna live in the moment, but I'm not gonna be defined by the moment. Right. I'm gonna be, I want the long-term benefit. So in the book of Peter, he talks about being short-sighted, people that cannot see afar off. Right. We struggle with our input, with our sacrifice, with our giving, with our cost, giving the cost or sacrificing the cost of something because we don't get the words right. I believe if more of us will recognize you're not hurting yourself by helping me. Because when I think that I got to put mine on hold to help you, then I'm always going to be looking at a time clock.
Right, 100%.
I know you got it.
And we know life is about seasons.
That's still what you eat.
Right?
I know you got to go, but listen to what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah,
This goes back to why I say leaders have the responsibility of being wise stewards.
Right.
If I call AD and I need a chicken sandwich, he's gonna give me every last sandwich in that house. If I need a chicken sandwich, he's gonna talk to Sam. He gonna talk to the kids. He gonna say I won't put the kids' names out there. He gonna say everything he need to know say, and I'm gonna get every sandwich that the house has available over there at McDonald's. All right.
Right.
Knowing that I, as his leader of this podcast, I need to know that and say, okay, let me slow down, because if I ask AD, he believes in what we're doing so much, he's gonna give me everything he has. I'm trying to be a wise steward of the resource that is AD, because I have to manage the money well, I have to manage the people well. So there's a responsibility on me, knowing that I got these crazy sold out people that's down for the vision, and I know that they'll do all this for me. So I need to be careful of what I ask of them, because it's going to cost them. So I'm with you. It's not taken from your family. You invested in the man of God.
Let me give you what you just said a different way.
All right.
You said I know if I call AD, he's gonna bring me every sandwich in the house.
Every last one of them.
Right. And in that particular case, AD isn't being wise. Listen, hear me.
Agree.
Because if you ask for a sandwich, why would I bring you 10? Right?
Because you believe in the vision so much.
But hold on. Here's the thing. Wisdom says that instead of bringing you everything I got, now watch this. If you ask me for a sandwich, if you hungry and I realize I'm limited, but I want to be able to do something, I'd rather invite you to the table and we all do it together than to believe I have taken out of my family's mouth to give to you. Listen, when Jesus fed the multitude, the Bible talks about what they started with, and by faith they began to distribute. Right. Now, the Bible doesn't talk about that disciple who ate 9 fishes before he started handing them out. The Bible doesn't even talk about the disciples eating. But it does not talk about them being hungry either. As you're distributing, you think them disciples didn't have some bread and fish while they were distributing? They were still benefiting, right? And what did it? And you're right, it did cost them something, because somebody had to carry the baskets. Somebody had to hand the food out. Somebody had to walk around, right? But all while they would, but I could have sat down and just ate and said, y'all come get your food.
But my point being, that's the danger and responsibility of the wording that I feel you're using. Because if you tell AD that him giving to me is sowing and investing in a seed, that man might say, I want a big harvest. So I'm going to give him all of these sandwiches. That's all I'm saying. So I have a responsibility. He needs to be wise. But since I know this man has crazy faith and he really believes in what we're doing, I also need to be wise on what I'm asking of him, because he'll give till he can't give no more. That's just how that boy made. All right. So it's just, I have to be careful of how I'm asking. And I feel that's some of the danger, because it's dangerous with everything on both sides. But with some of your wording, I feel it's like that. It's like, because if he sees it as a seed, he gonna think he gonna get blessed. I'm gonna sow as much as I can because I want a big harvest. You get what I'm saying?
But now you're talking about the difference between someone who understands the concept of seed time and harvest, right? Because the Bible, again, from a biblical standpoint, the Bible says, don't give out of necessity or want. Right. So words matter. And if you don't understand the wording, you're going to mess it up. That's why I'm saying, and in terms of life application, let's get our words right. Because remember who the prince of the air is. Right. And this type of thinking is the reason why we're having to have this conversation in the first place, because this type of thinking is generations old and we have not benefited effectively from it. So if we can really better understand our wording and how we put something out there, we're going to be more effective. Right. I'd rather see it as a seed versus a cost. I know
I
it's
got
going to
you.
cost me something, but my mind says I am doing
Yes,
something for my future. So I'm willing
Right.
to make the sacrificial cost
Yeah.
Indeed.
today. But how I
Right.
present it matters. What, or else
Right.
we would never heard that old saying, don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
Right.
Words
Indeed.
matter.
That's good. That's good. All right. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. I know I did. Make sure you guys are sharing. Please go to the YouTube space. I'm trying to get to at least 20 more subscribers. So all I'm asking. If you see YouTube, people got millions. I'm asking for 20. So just go over, give me a thumbs up, share the YouTube. I'm probably going to start doing YouTube broadcasts only. I'll start off on Facebook, tell you where we at, and you come hang out on YouTube because that's probably the best way to force everybody over there. So, and you be able to share from that space. I know, forgive me. I know. I got goals, guys. I got goals. So help the broadcast grow, help the word spread, push our agenda, the Brothers of Legacy. So we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, same time, same channel. We appreciate you guys. Hey, what's up, brother? You got big. Lord have mercy. Thank you,
That's
Mama
Jay.
Corey.
Come here, baby.
Appreciate you. He said he got that look like I hate you, but
Yeah, I'm with.
we see you guys in the AM. Continue to be safe, do the right thing, know that we love you, God loves you more, and stay safe. All right, peace out.